Yo, hello and welcome to another episode of the End to End Football Podcast. Sean, what are you saying?
Uh, I'm here. I'm here.
That's about it.
Just about. I'm here.
Man's here. All right. That's all that matters, way. That's all that matters.
Eh,
You know what I mean? And then there were two. I mean, we're meant to talk about man like AUBAMEYANG, the Premier League, the usual stuff, but you can't ignore the fiasco, the absolute fiasco that was the Champions League draw today. I know, a man like you, yeah, your team is levels enough here that it didn't really matter. You got who did you have first? Was it Villarreal? I can't remember what team you had
No,
first.
Leipzig.
Leipzig, yeah. You're like, who slapped them?
Eh,
Now you got Inter, you're like, who slapped them? Now, speaking of my boys, we had Benfica. I was like, oh, easy ride, little Benfica, you know what I mean? Ooh, slap these guys. Then they do a redraw. Messi's back. Mbappe's looking like I've never seen Mbappe look before, bro. I'm like, come on, bro. What is this? Huh? This is why Uncle Perez wanted the Super League. This is nonsense. Bruv, Perez is on the phone to all the guys right now saying, bruv, what did I tell you, man, about these, man? Huh? Can we run this back? Can we run this Super League back? But hey, it is what it is, boy. But you know
it's
what?
a mess.
Do you know what the reason was? They had to
Good.
redo it.
Good.
So when Villarreal were drawn out, I think they only had Bayern Munich. They said that, oh yeah, they can only play Bayern. But that wasn't true. No, not Villarreal, sorry, Atletico Madrid. They said, oh yeah, they can only play Bayern. But that wasn't true. They could have also had United. You know what, yeah? Atletico Madrid, they move like that guy in school where like that reminds the teacher about, Miss, you forgot to collect the homework. It was that guy. I think everyone was happy with their draw, you know. Most teams were happy with their draws, but all the big teams, everyone was happy with their draw, bro. Them man were like, what? We could get Man United. And we got Bayern. Nah. Run it back. Run it back, you know. Huh? So all this here is because United are rubbish. Do you get what I mean? Huh? Them man, they looked and said, nah, we'll take our chances with Man United. What an absolute joke, man. What an absolute joke. But hey, it is what it is. But it's the Champions League, you know what I mean? Like, you can avoid the big teams all you want, yeah, but if you want to win it, you got to play them at some point. So.
Exactly.
Like, you get
Exactly.
It is what it is, boy. You know what I mean? Whether you come out, what's it called, now or in the semis, you're still getting nothing in it. You know what I mean? So we move. What did you make of it anyway?
To be honest, I wasn't that fussed. Like you said, any team we play, I'm kind of confident in my team at this point in time. I mean, there's obviously teams that you want to avoid, but bring them on because, like you said, you have to play them at some point.
Yeah, man.
So whether you bring them on now or later,
Yeah,
let's go.
yeah, man. I hear that absolutely, man. Especially if your team is looking like a team that can actually go and win the whole thing, it is no point in being shook of anyone. You get what I mean? You just have to play whoever. You have to play whoever, man. It is what it is. You know, some teams though, I feel like Man City, for example, these man always get an easy group, always get an easy team. I don't know who they drew first, but I know it's some rubbish team. And then they got who did they get now? Sporting Lisbon. Chelsea, they drew Lille. They drew the same team again. Nah, bro. That oil money, you know. Oil money in full effect, bro. I'm telling you.
But you've got PSG.
Yeah? Greasy palms. I'm telling you, man.
Hey,
Anyway,
Robert Richard has said, yeah, run that back again, mate, because I ain't happy right now.
Oh, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. Yes, because I think there was rumors that they wanted it to run from, because the whole mess up was after they drew Madrid and Benfica, innit?
Yeah.
So they were saying that Madrid were saying like, hold on, run it after, innit? Our thing was fine. So redo it after our thing. They're like, nah, bruv. Everything run back. And what do we get? PSG. Oh man, what a mess! What an absolute mess. Anyway, man, let's move on. Let's move on to the weekends. The weekend's games, man. You know what I mean? I call it the penalty weekend, didn't it?
That's all it was. Every title challenger got saved penalties.
Absolute
I can't
madness.
complain.
Absolute madness, boy. Just start off with Man City. I mean, they weren't really looking lethal in that game. Do you know what I mean? We were 11 v 11. I mean, obviously they were dominating, but they hadn't really started going because Wolves. Wolves is just like a difficult team to play against, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then we have to get into it straight away, man. Jimenez, what was he doing?
That what he done is just pure stupidity. They should fine him about a month's wages for the stupidity that he done in that game. You just get booked for a tackle that, right, to fair dues to you, it probably wasn't a yellow card, but it was given. You'd think that you'd behave yourself. Oh, behold, a free kick, you stand right in front of it and block the pass where they're trying to pass it out. What do you think is going to happen?
Boy. You know what I mean? And it wasn't even a free kick either.
This is the worst.
It wasn't even a yellow card. So he was kind of hard done by, but like it doesn't really matter. You know now that you're in the yellow card and you go and block the pass. Like, I was like, bro, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? But yeah, man, dish him his L, bro. That was disgusting.
Epic fail. You are one pathetic loser.
Absolutely, when I'm sure it wasn't just Wolves fans that were annoyed with him. It was Liverpool fans and Chelsea fans.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
I was vexed.
You're watching your title rivals, and then one of the opposition players goes and does that. It's long, man. It's long.
Listen, if it was 11 v 11, that game would probably have been a different turnout.
Yeah. Who knows, man? Because I mean, he came down to a penalty, which I'm not gonna lie. When I saw Sterling step up for the penalty, I was like, boy, I have no confidence in this brother, you know.
It's 7 o'clock.
Yeah, that it was mad.
You know what I mean? I had zero confidence. And then it was a good placement, but it was like, oh man, if the keeper stayed in the middle,
yeah,
you would have looked silly, bro.
There was no power or anything on it. It was just straight down the middle.
Oh man, but hey, big up Sterling, 100 goals, 100 Premier League goals. You know what I mean? You look at that list here, and there's not many people that are not strikers. They were showing like a list on Match of the Day of like one of the youngest players to do it. Like obviously Michael Owen is like way ahead of everyone else, but yeah, he's in the list anyway. So boy, big up him, boy. It is what it is. But anyway, I don't think there was much else. I mean, did you think there was anything else with that game? I don't think there was really. I mean, the penalty actually was not a penalty for me. Do you remember the penalty? There was a handball in it on.
Neves,
Moutinho.
not Neves. Yes, Moutinho. Yes,
yeah. And he clearly hit
his
like here.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. He do you know what I mean? And then the guy was watching it and watching it and watching it and watching it, and you know, like this whole thing about not overturning the ref's decisions. Yeah, it's like, oh come on, bro. It didn't even touch his arm.
That was mad. That was mad because even when you look at it, you're thinking that looks like it's hit his armpit. It's not touched his arm or anything.
And then the explanation was, we couldn't really find an angle that showed that he didn't touch it. But in Match of the Day, like, what? You're the VAR, bro. You should have every single angle in there. Like, what are we talking about?
Match of the Day done it like that. Nah.
Exactly, man. Some joke thing. And again, and this is a crucial thing, man. This is a title challenge. There's only 1 point in between these three teams. I think yes, it's 1 point between these three teams, yeah, or 2 points rather. And then you're giving penalties like that, man. Nah, come on, come on, man. You know what I mean? Absolute joke. But anyway, let's move. You know what? Before we move on to your guys, let's touch on Chelsea for a little bit. They're looking a bit. Huh? It's not really clicking though, is it?
It's like the wheels are not on fully yet, boy.
I'm telling you, man. I mean, I don't know, boy. I mean, I've always, me and many other people, I've always said that Liverpool and City are clear of them, but they're like just it's like now they can't defend. What happened to the solid defense?
Boy,
You
I
can't
think
tell me,
what-
oh, yeah, one man, Chiro is not in, the whole defense capitulates. Get out, bro.
boy, if that's the case, I love it.
Oh man, they're looking a bit silly right now. Do you know what I mean? And that's another team as well, saved by a penalty, man,
Two
or
penalties.
2 penalties. Again, one by the centre back. Their centre backs are doing most of the attacking for them, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, Rudiger on both of them, innit?
Like, how is that sustainable? At first, I was saying on the streams that it's not sustainable for them to rely on goals from the defenders. Now they're relying on penalties being won by the defenders. This is madness. This is absolute madness. I mean, those in that game, there were penalties though. It wasn't like the Man City one. Those were clear penalties. I mean, that last guy, 93rd minute or whatever it was, 92nd minute, you just go and kick him in the back of his, like, what? Come on, man. It's an absolute joke. Absolute joke, man. But yeah, man. When you get people like Jorginho taking the pens and you get punished. Do you know what? Yeah, before you say something, this Mason Mount, he's a brave man. That guy.
Hey, celebration, yeah.
Yeah, but the shushing, yeah, like boy, because he done that at West Ham and he backfired. You know what I mean? Huh? And then this time you're shushing the Leeds fans here. I'm like, rah, you're brave, you know. I'm sure at 2-2 you were sweating.
No,
You were sweating.
100%.
You were the most relieved guy in the stadium, boy, because they were gonna cook him. Man,
Hey, because you know the internet's unforgivable, mate.
oh man, and you know football fans, they never forget.
100%.
You know what I mean? They never forget, man. But yeah, man. What do you make of Tuchel, man? Do you think the wheels are starting to come off or just a blip?
I think it's just a blip. I think you know what? To be honest, I don't know what he's going to do with his strikers because they don't seem to be firing. They've always had a problem with strikers, Chelsea, and
Yeah.
like I said, I don't know what he's going to do. Whether he's going to try and get somebody. Then again, you can't really get nobody else in because how much money have you spent on Lukaku to bring him back? To now get saying that he's not good enough, you need somebody else.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, man. And the Lukaku situation, is he fit? Is he not? Like, what's going on there? He's not even playing now.
Nah, he's coming on as a sub.
100 million sub. Yeah, that's mad still. That's mad still. It is what it is, way. Anyway, man, let's swiftly move on to your guys, Liverpool. Steven Gerrard back at Anfield.
Stevie
You know what I
G.
mean? Stevie G
Legend.
and all that. You know what I mean? Coming back with his old boys.
Yeah, but he knew what was going to happen anyway.
Oh, this guy. Oh, he knew what
He
time
knew
it was, yeah?
He knew what time it was.
Oh,
Coming up against the mighty Liverpool, he knew what time it was.
Mm.
To be honest, he's got Villa playing very well. Got them playing very aggressive. Too aggressive. That's why you got given the penalty. Thank you very much.
Yeah, man. I didn't. From the highlights, it didn't look like they done anything in that game apart from just defending. They had 0 shots on target.
Yeah, he had a game plan, but obviously it never worked. It never worked.
It's a mad game plan to come to Anfield. You know? I know a lot of teams do it, like just saying, you know what, let's just hold it. Because for me, I'll be playing it like, you know what, these men are going to score at some point, innit? So, you know what I mean? We might as well try something.
I remember listening to him. He was saying it's for the first half an hour. You have to try and soak up all the. You have to try and soak up all the intensity Liverpool throw at you, and yeah. Then he said he had another game plan, but it just goes out the window when it comes to Liverpool. So, what can I say? And you know what, Martinez, you tried your mind games with Mo Salah.
Oh yeah, I like that, you know. I like that, bro, because he's one smug you know. that Martinez. Remember when he was doing it to Bruno?
Yeah.
Pointing, yeah. Let Ronaldo take it. Let him take it. It's pointing.
And a little dance after Bruno missed. Yeah, you tried it. You tried it.
What, did he point and dive the other way?
He pointed to the right.
Yeah.
And then he dived to the left.
Yeah. And then
Salah
Salah kicked
pointed
it
to
to
left.
that side anyway.
Yeah, and it still went in. That's
funny
all he
thing was-
got. He was holding his head like this.
And he looked proper like upset, yeah, that he like he just about could have saved it. Then I watched it, I was like, you were not saving that.
He
That
was
was
never
side
saying
netting him.
that.
That was side netting, you know. That was unless if you were standing on that side already.
You
and
weren't
he's
saving
thinking-
it.
He was never saving that. Never saving that, boy. You know what I mean? But hey, but he looked absolutely distraught, boy. Absolutely. I think he probably thought it was gonna work, innit? You know what I
100%.
mean? He done that, he kicked it the other way. Thought, oh yeah, I got him. Nah, bro. It's not that
You
time.
don't know who you're going up against, me.
You know what I mean? Because what was the stat? This said something like, well, Liverpool scored in every game or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've scored in every game. I'm like, right, boy. This is what I'm saying, man. Like coming in there looking for a clean sheet. You know what I mean? It's a bit long still. But the last team to get a clean sheet at Anfield, you know what team that is? Need I say more, boy? That's why I brought up the stats still.
Yeah, okay, mate.
You know, like that.
Say no
Yeah,
more.
You gotta take your win somewhere, innit?
Quickly.
You know what I mean? So yeah, that's the title challenges. They all got penalties to win. Another team that got a penalty to win is Man United. Obviously, they're not a title challenger. They're just Man United. Kind of involved them in that, but you know, they also caught life. Got a penalty foul on Ronaldo, which is a bit thing. It was a pen, but soft as usual. You know what I mean?
Do you know what?
I
You
mean-
see the beginning of that game, it was looking dicey for them to begin with, boy, because Norwich had them on the ropes.
Mm-hmm.
And the way they were playing, I was thinking, oof, this could get long.
Yeah, I couldn't believe I was watching.
Never
This
could
is,
I.
this is a team that's bottom of the table. Yeah, when they played us, like I said, they were doing the high press thing. We could barely get out of our own half. Yeah, but when you think about it, we couldn't get out of our half because of the pressing. But the actual football they was playing wasn't really all that. Do you get what I mean? Like it wasn't like we couldn't get out of our own half in the first half, and you know our keeper was making mad saves to keep us in the game. It was just like they were winning the ball back and just being a bit wasteful.
Yeah, but the way they were passing it around at the beginning of the game, it looked like they could really carve United up. But
Yeah. But then I'm looking at this Norwich game. I didn't see the same kind of intensity with the press. It wasn't the same like in the Palace game. Whether that's a fatigue thing or what, who knows. But this was, you know, from me, this was an Oli performance. Maybe Oli would have lost the game. Do you know what I mean? But
drawn it, yeah.
yeah, or lost or drawn the game here. But like the football that was on show there, that was Oli ball.
Yeah, it was atrocious.
That was absolutely terrible. I mean, De Gea was the man of the match, kept him in the game, and again, he has to come back to it. We're talking about the bottom team in the league, bro. Do you know what I mean? I know they've had a little minor resurgence, but bro, they're still bottom. They're the same points as Newcastle. You get what I mean? Like, and they came out of that game just about. You know what I mean? So. Yeah, man, I think that
I'll take my hats off to Norwich for that game.
Yeah, man, Norwich deserved at the very least a draw.
Yeah.
At the very least a draw out of that game. But United were, yeah, man. I'm not gonna say that was worrying, but the only thing for me, if I was a United fan, my eyebrows will start raising a little bit. Is why are we still seeing Scott McTominay on the pitch, bro? I don't know, like, what does he see in it?
In who?
Scott McTominay. Like, why is he still playing? Do you know what I mean? Maguire. This the team that he's picking, apart from the fullbacks, it's still the same team. And I don't care what anybody says, bro. You can't tell me all their troubles was just because of Luke Shaw and Wan-Bissaka. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, we'll change the fullbacks and then we're just going to be playing, beautiful football now. Drop me out, bro. Do you know what I mean? They need more changes. Much more changes. There's a lot of work to be done with that team. That was
100%. Judging by that performance, there's a lot more work to be done because if that's another team, they're getting torn apart.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't even know who they go next. But whoever they go next is going to be a bigger team than, or a better team than Norwich. I know, like they've got a run of easy games. And this is the thing they was talking about. You know, they got a run of easy games, but if you're going to be performing like this, these easy games, you know, they could turn into draws and losses very easily.
They got Brentford next week.
Yeah, that's going to be a much tougher task than than what
they
had.
can't
If
play like that. It's going to get long.
If they play like that with Brentford, yeah, they're getting beaten. They're losing 0 points. I'm telling you, the mad improvement needed, boy. Because yeah, I thought that was a dreadful performance. I mean, shall we move on? Let's move on to mine, guys. Because that's where our next L is. Crystal Palace coming off of 3 defeats. You know what I mean? Of varied performances. A couple of them dreadful. United game. The other 2, could have got something. But this game was hilarious. I mean, we had most of the ball from the beginning. The first half, them guys, they didn't do nothing. They had a couple of chances on the break, where they could have done a bit better. But in terms of the general play, they weren't really in it. I mean, this Everton team is terrible. I'm not even going to sugarcoat the thing to say Crystal Palace were playing wonderful football or anything. This Everton team is garbage. I mean, how Arsenal lost to them is, that's a whole, that's a whole madness.
Well, it was a worldie when they lost.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? The same man that scored a worldie, he had the pre-assist for our first goal. You know what I mean? He's trying to do some lob pass towards his own defense, straight to Ayew for him to just slide the ball across to Conor Gallagher. I mean, what was that? Absolutely terrible. But yeah, other performances, the performance was terrible. But for us, Gallagher obviously man of the match.
100%.
You know what I mean? Like that guy has got bundles of energy.
he needs to stay at Crystal Palace.
Oh man.
Because if he goes back to Chelsea, that's it, he's done.
He's done now, yeah. And the thing is, when you look at people like Gallagher, is when he's at Crystal Palace, yeah, he can have a game like this. Next week he could play very average, and it's not going to be a problem. He's still going to play.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? And that confidence to know that, you know what, no matter what I'm starting, it builds. It builds and builds. Whereas Chelsea, bruv, he can play like that. Has a dead game. Next game, he's on the bench.
Mate, the thing is, he could have a game like this and still be on the bench.
Yeah,
It's just the mad thing about Chelsea.
So that's the thing, man. I mean, I reckon he goes back because the way he's playing right now, I reckon Chelsea will be like, you know what, we can use him in the squad and all that. Considering they've had a few injuries in midfield, you know what I mean. Kovacic has been out for a while now. What's his name? Kante has been out. So I'm sure they'll be wanting him back, but I think it will be like a Loftus-Cheek part 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you know what? That's the first thing that came to my head when we were talking about him going back is Loftus-Cheek Mark 2.
Yeah.
And I think if you want to get better in your career, you're better off staying where you are and getting the games under your belt, getting the goals under your belt because, mate,
he does 2 seasons at Palace. He'll be going back there starting. Do you get what I mean? Like developing and stuff. You want to get yourself to a point where, like, if you leave, you're guaranteed, this guy's playing every time. Like, do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Not like, he's useful for the squad. It's a bit mad. But I mean, before we go to when he scored the set, so yeah, we went 2-0 up. Bit contentious because Zaha absolutely fouled. What's his name? Coleman. Zaha plays like a hothead, but I ain't gonna lie. If I was in the Palace, man, I would hate Zaha. He would annoy me, bro. He's jarring. He would actually annoy me. He's just a wind-up. He literally just yanked his arm, dropped him on the ground, and then what's it called? The ref didn't see it. He got the pitch, win a corner, and we scored from the corner. You know what I mean? And VAR can do nothing about it because it's another phase of play. Anyway, I'll take it.
It is what it is.
Exactly, boy. I'll absolutely take it. And then this is where part of the reason why Benitez is getting the L as well. He then takes off Richarlison.
Yeah.
This was quite funny thing because Richarlison was complaining. you see Richarlison? He was upset that he got taken off, but I think it was because he had a calf injury or something. So this guy was saving him, and then the man that he brought on actually scored anyway. But he scored, but I don't think he added much to the attack. I think Richarlison was actually a little bit more dangerous, but it is what it is anyway.
Yeah, because Rondon's like an old school number 9. It's just you got to punch it in the box for him and
Yeah.
turn
Because
it to some defeat.
even the goal they scored, you know, it was Rondon just bullying. You know what I mean? Just they're backing into man. You know, can't get off me. A bit lucky with the way it bounced back to him and stuff, but you know, so you got to take your chances, innit? And then the funniest part for me for this game is the last minute. You know what I mean? You've got I can't remember if it was Schlupp or whoever. I was trying to waste time in the corner. And then the ref gives a free kick, which I don't even know what the free kick was for. But sometimes I feel refs just give free kicks. You know, like when the team is holding the ball in the corner, they'll just give a free kick the other way just for the sake of it.
Made the game more exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, do you know what I mean? I'm like, what was that? I don't know. He's got the ball, so how is he giving the free kick away? It didn't make no sense. But in any case, Seamus Coleman, clever clogs boy. He grabs the ball and thinks, you know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna play a quick pass here and just hit them on the break. Man played the quick pass to Gallagher for him to just whack in a worldie 3-1. Oh my god!
You know when you think you're coming back into the game, and then the man goes and hits a worldie, and you know when your whole chest just goes, game over, mate.
Pure deflation, but for the Palace fans, it was pandemonium because you know what? Yeah, we've held a few last minute goals.
Do you know what?
Right,
You haven't beaten Everton at Everton.
Yeah,
for 27 years. Yeah, for 27 years.
Yeah, we haven't beaten them. Yeah, I've not seen it. You know what I mean? Everton. Yeah, I mean, that 27 years ago, I wasn't watching Palace them times. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, absolute madness. And there were some dead teams as well, you know. Absolutely, man. Yeah, man. What's this guy saying, man? Say Coleman ain't that bad either. Boy, I'm thinking you're thinking about Coleman from 5 years ago when he was actually decent. Maybe Coleman under Moisey, boy.
Yeah, exactly. Then that ship sailed a long time ago.
Yeah, man. Coleman ain't it no more, boy. It's a bit over for that guy. But yeah, man. I mean,
you know what I found funny? You know what I found funny as well is I was watching Conor Gallagher, his interview afterwards, and he was saying when he was about to take the shot, Benteke was telling him to leave it. I was thinking to myself, Benteke, what do you mean leave it? What was you about to do? That would have dribbled into Pickford's hand. You probably wouldn't have got it on target.
Exactly, bro.
Behave.
It would have been some soggy shot, or you would have just dribbled into the defender, run into traffic.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? And then we got countered. And who knows what would have happened then? Like,
but you know the wickedest thing is when they watched the goal back again, and I was watching the position of both of them. Benteke, really, what was going through your head to try and tell him my man to leave it? Because he was in the best position to get the ball. I don't know.
I'm telling you, Benteke in his head thinks he's R9. I'm telling you, man. Like, I mean, he in his head is the best striker in the world, man. He's probably thinking, yo, small boy, don't take that from me. Give it to me, bro. You know what I mean? I'm the big dog here. Bro.
Did it?
You're being outscored by a Chelsea Leonie that's a midfielder, bro. I beg you relax, is it? I beg you relax. But from an Everton perspective, I mean, you know, they had their little purple patch of beating Arsenal last minute. And even that was a bit lucky because AUBAMEYANG missed an absolute sitter in that one as well to equalize at the end. Where are they in the table right now?
Everton, they're 14th.
14th, and this is a team that, you know, starts the seasons with aspirations of Europa League and stuff. And they're sitting there 14th, you know, not quite in a relegation battle, but could easily be, boy, at this kind of rate. I mean, for me, the L of the Week manager one is going to go to him, man. It's going to be Benitez. Do you know what I mean? You know?
All right.
Epic fail. You are one pathetic loser.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I
And
think
then,
he's the next to go. He's going to be the next to go.
he's got to be in it. Because Brendan Rodgers, he's kind of, I don't know, he's turning it around, but at least he won. So that keeps the pressure off him. And I don't think those guys are trigger happy anyway, the Leicester
Well,
man or whatever it
if you
is.
look at it, Benitez has just come in, and you'd have think that he'd be doing a lot better than what he was. New manager, getting the players excited to play, and it's not happening, big man.
Yeah. And for how long can you keep running the is it? Whatever his name is, man. Calvin Lewin.
Calvert-Lewin.
Yeah. How long can you keep running that excuse that he's injured or whatever? Like one guy can't determine your entire season, and then that kind of drop off as well.
Boy, well, looking at the two strikers he's got, I could kind of sympathize with him.
Or he's already falling out with one of them. You know what I mean? So boy, yeah, man, it is what it is, boy. But yeah, Leicester, Newcastle. I mean, is there much to say about that? You know what I mean? Newcastle are dead. They get clattered. I mean,
Do you know what? I would give Newcastle a L just for being Newcastle, because at the end of the day, you've just had a brand new takeover, and you thought it was the one to bring in Eddie Howe to save your team.
yeah,
Are you okay?
yeah.
It's not that big, man. It's not.
I don't understand that appointment whatsoever, man. And you know me, but I've never rated Eddie Howe. Yeah, I mean, this window coming up, they're gonna have to do a madness.
100%.
They're gonna have to do a madness.
100%.
A lot of players are gonna be on mad. And the thing is, it could ruin the progression of the whatever plan they've got. Because the more desperate they get, which they are very desperate.
Yeah, but the thing is,
More
what
they're
plan
gonna
have they got?
No, I'm saying like as in if they're thinking, oh yeah, we're gonna stay in the league, build on that, you know what I mean, to try to get to mid-table, then Europe, then whatever they want to do with all this money they've got. Now, if you are now desperate just to stay in the league, you're not gonna be signing players that are like stay in the league quality. These are not players that are gonna take you to the next level. They're just players to keep you in the league, but you're gonna have to pay them a madness if you're bringing them in January. And then what happens is you've now got a squad of players on mad wages that you won't be able to get rid of them. So even now, if you've got money to buy other players now, you're just gonna have this next man on the books that you can't sell because you've overpaid for them, and then man, they're not gonna want to get rid of them wages. He's peak, I'm telling you. He's peak.
Do you know? I'm lost for words because I know it's true as well. But the thing is, what plan have they got? They've got no plan right now. As things stand, you're going down, big man. So
yeah.
Desperation's got to kick in.
He's
Exactly.
Just vibes. We'll definitely see in the summer, in January, what a plan they got here, because we're gonna see some panic buys, boy. It's gonna be a madness.
I see them linked with as well. Paper Talk, I think it was them linked with Jesse Lingard and that.
Imagine the wages they'll give him.
500,000 a week.
I'm telling you, they're gonna have some overpaid dons there. It's gonna be crazy, and especially if they put mad years on that as well. Yeah, man. Just Lingard will play in the championship on 500k, bro, chilling.
Skanking.
Millie rocking, boy.
He'll be skanking all the way to the bank.
I'm telling you, it's mad. It's mad. And then Arsenal, you know what I mean? As you can see the title, man. There's no other place to start. Yeah? Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Yeah? What did he say again? Disciplinary misconduct or whatever he called it. Disciplinary breach, sorry. Yeah, that's it. Now there's a lot of speculation on what this breach could be. There's people saying that he was late. Was he late to training, or he flew out or something?
To be honest, he's done them a favor by breaching it and not playing. Because they look better without him.
It's true, you know. It's true. At least some, even Odegaard is finding the net. You know what I mean? He can't hit a bando at this moment in time. You know.
Yeah, the man scored a header as well.
But
even the first goal, it was like the old school Arsenal.
Yeah, the one touch passes, isn't it? Yeah. That was a sick goal. But now, back to Aubameyang. I mean, Do you know what? This one's a weird one for me because I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, okay, if Aubameyang is being late and whatever, yeah, I hear it. Innit? But Arteta as well at the same time, his man management for me is dead in this situation. Do you know what I mean? Like, okay, so here we go. We got Auba here giving us the info.
The
He says he was
lockdown.
late coming back from a authorized trip. Now, late coming from authorized trip, is that because of COVID stuff? Is that why he's late? Is he just late because he wants to be late? Do you know what? Yeah, for me personally, you're gonna call it an agenda if you want, yeah, because I don't like Arteta, but still, I think that's the thing where the manager should come out and say, "Oh yeah, he's got a niggle or something," and you still run your disciplinary thing in house. This whole coming out to the press and saying it's a disciplinary breach and he's your club captain. This is very Mourinho-like. Poor man management for me. Do you know what I mean? He's creating more problems. Whatever he thinks he's doing, which he thinks is, I'm setting an example for the other players that, you know what I mean, everyone has to be on time. Everyone has to do this. What you're actually doing is you're creating divisions. Because a lot of these players in that squad, you're telling me they're closer to Arteta than they are to Aubameyang. He's been there longer than him. They're his brethren. What do they think? Do you know what I mean? I think he's like causing problems that are just unnecessary, where you could deal with it in-house. Do you know what I mean? A lot of the times managers used to come out and say, oh yeah, he's got a niggle or he's got this, but really and truly, man, do you know what I mean? It's a disciplinary thing, but
Yeah.
I think it's coming out with a big man thing, and that's his problem. His man management is poor.
Yeah, but he's never had a manager's job before in his life. Isn't
Yeah, that's it. It's a cone thing, isn't it? So boy.
Yeah.
you don't have to manage no cones where go wherever you put them in it. You know what I'm saying? But no, man, that's why I think anyway, man. That's why I think anyway. Do you know what I mean? And I've heard like certain rumors that Aubameyang was going through certain things and blah 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 blah. That it's not quite as black and white as, you know, because certain men are trying to move as if he's just late because of vibes. Do you know what I mean? But you know, there's next things going on. So you know, I don't know, man. It's just the whole thing is it's a bit mad, you know. And that's your club captain. And the problem is now you're in a situation where do you take the captaincy off him? Because it's a second breach now in a few months. But if you take the captaincy off him, that will cause a havoc. You get what I mean?
Boy.
You know, in football, you play, you know, in football manager when you change the captain. You've done that before.
They ain't playing for you again, big man.
The whole team morale goes red, bro. It's long. It's long. But yeah, man, that is what it is. But as for the game, boy, like I said before the stream, man, like Hassan Hutu, boy, he turned up in his Peaky Blinders drip, yeah. I don't know where he thought he was going with that suit that he had on. Yeah, man had a 3-piece grey suit, boy. You know what I mean? Got slapped half time. He changed the tracksuits. I was like, hey, this is peak. This is absolutely peak, boy. But no, it was a good performance, a very good performance from Arsenal. After 15 minutes, I think the first 15 minutes, it was looking a bit shaky. You know what I mean? The passing out from the back and the pressing, you know what I mean? They weren't able to come out. But as soon as they came out of the press with that first goal, I'm sure that gave them a lot of confidence, and it was plain sailing. It could have been more. I mean, didn't they hit the bar twice or the post twice?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Martinelli, another great performance. Saka, who was a bit critical of, another good performance. Odegaard, he's getting in the box and scoring. You know what I mean? But performances are improving. Again, with Arsenal, they seem to be doing it against these teams, innit?
They're dispatching the teams they're meant to dispatch.
You know what I mean? So, you know, there's always like an asterisk against these wins, yeah. But you have to beat what's in front of you, and they've done that.
This is, you know, if Arsenal could beat one of the big boys, I think this would change like certain people's perspectives on them. But until that happens, yeah, they're doing their job. I think if they get into a European position, I'll be surprised.
Yeah,
unless they can dispatch one of the bigger teams.
I mean, they've finished 8th twice now.
And
7th is the highest I put them. You know what I mean? I don't see them finishing 6th, bro. Like, honestly, I think if they finish 6 and higher, it's an overachievement. It's a great season for them. Obviously, for the fans that want Arsenal to be where they were before, it's not a great season. But when you look at what's actually there and who else is around in the Premier League, that'll be a great season. If they finish 6th or higher. But then again, do you want to finish 7th? Do you want to be in the Europa Conference League? Boy,
I don't know about those things there, if I'm honest.
We'll leave that to Barcelona and then man there, like that. But yeah, man, no, very good performance by Arsenal. What's it called? West Ham. They've done it again. They beat a big team. They go to Burnley and hold a 0-0 draw. It's like they just leave off the fumes, isn't it? They just get too happy with a win. Because then they beat you guys and then they went and lost the next game to Wolves. It was Wolves.
Yeah, Wolves 1-0.
Yeah, man.
They go and beat Chelsea and then he draw 0-0 with Burnley.
Yeah. That kind of stuff is that's how you end up dropping out of the top 4. Yeah, I mean, we're talking about Arsenal, a team that's beating the teams it's supposed to be beating, and they're doing the opposite.
Isn't it? They're beating the teams they're not meant to be beating.
It's a bit mad. It's a bit mad, but I didn't really watch the game, but I just thought I saw the result. I was just like,
oh mate, the finishing was. It was just. It wasn't West Ham.
But missing Sears, yeah.
Nah, well, long distance shots. Souček, Rice, he's come a long way. I mean, he just bullies himself and he bundles himself into the box.
Yeah,
powering forward. I've actually been impressed watching Rice of late.
Yeah, I hear that. Yeah, man, because he's imposing himself more on the game now, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, he's kind of everywhere now. I think last season he was almost sitting back, just in front of the defense, sideways passing, not really pushing it. Whereas this season, I feel like he's got a little bit more freedom. But
bombing into the box with the ball. It's like he dribbles and they can't get near him.
Yeah, it's peak. But yeah, man, I mean that's pretty much it, man. That's pretty much it. That's all the games. Nothing's really changed relegation-wise or title-wise. It's as you were. And then we got games again tomorrow, eh?
Yep.
They can last.
Yep.
What are you saying? What are we predicting?
Right, we got Brentford v Man United. Oof. I got this as a 2-1 Brentford.
Right. I won't go with the same score as you, or the same result. I'll just go draw. 1-1 draw. I don't think United are going to win if they play like they played against Norwich anyway. Boy.
Right, we got Palace v Southampton.
Oh, come on.
I'm going for a 2-0 Palace.
Come on. Yep, I'm going to go 1-0 Palace. But this is where we normally L off ourselves when we're supposed to do.
Right, we got Arsenal v West Ham.
Oy, that's a game,
I'm going with a 2-2.
You know what? I'm gonna go with a surprise Arsenal win, 2-1 Arsenal. Come on.
Okay.
What's looking at me like what's this guy smoking, bro?
Right, we got Liverpool v Newcastle.
Oh boy.
I'm going for a 4-0 Liverpool.
Yeah, I'll just one up at 5-0. I expect to see this man get smoked. I might put Salah triple captain. Hopefully he plays.
Of course he's going to play.
Yeah, man.
Right. And on to the final one. I was gonna pick Leicester v Spurs. But whether that game goes ahead, only God knows.
Yeah, that might not even happen, innit?
Yeah, so I'm gonna pick Chelsea v Everton. I'm gonna go 3-1 Chelsea.
Yeah, Everton are horrific, boy. Yeah, I'll go 2-0 Chelsea, yeah. 2-0 Chelsea. Yeah, man. There you have it. You know what I mean? Yeah. You're gonna use these results for to make some money in that. Gamble responsibly.
And it when the funds stop. Hit
it. Don't do this one more thing. One more run, one more. Till the account is empty, bro. Like
you're on your knees.
It is what it is. Boy, we'll catch you again in a few days. Later.
Bye.